What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So this video is going to be really interesting because we're going to be covering all the final cards from Cyberstorm Access for the TCG, but also the final cards from Duelist Nexus in the OCG. So we're going to have a lot of cards to review here. This might end up being like a really long video because we're going to be covering a lot of singles, a lot of new OCG imports, TCG exclusives. Yeah, it's going to be a big one. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch and Instagram, all the beautiful fun stuff. And now let's get right into it. Alright, so first things first, the rarities for Cyberstorm Access. So we have 9 out of the 10 secret rares. So the new Ecclesia, pretty good. This card's complete dog shit. The Albion's alright, but it's just a one-of, so it's not gonna have a lot of value. The Vicious Astroud is only playable in Mana Dome, and right now the deck is not really good. So, yeah, it's not super big. Despian Lulu Walith, I think this is a pretty decent card, but whatever. Chaos Angel is really good, but again, just a one-of. And then the Gold Pride cards are actually really nice, so that's cool. And Peaceful Planet Calarium is a really good card in the Mana Dome deck, but again, that deck is not good at the moment. So, out of all these 9 secret rares, the only one that's gonna have some form of value is gonna be Chaos Angel, and it's maybe gonna be around like 30 bucks. So yeah, this is the kind of set that will guarantee you lose money, actually. I don't really think we have to waste a lot of time with the ultra rares, but Ringleworm and Bestial Dispatter are the best cards here. But again, the Gold Pride cards are definitely not bad at all, so they will just keep increasing in value because they're also getting more support in Duelist Nexus. And again, the I guess they changed the name from Matadome to Manedium. I don't really like that, but whatever. And yeah, super rares, you're not really getting value from the supers anyways. The best card in the set, Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Wakushi, is actually super, which is shocking. But yeah, anyways, we're not going to be wasting more time on the rarities. You can actually check them out yourself. OCG imports for Cyberstorm Access, hopefully they're good. So Wish Dragon, Vodis, Adularia. This one's really bad as well. Baromet is complete dog shit, like you're never gonna be summoning this. And then these two traps, I forgot what they do, but from my understanding of things, all these cards were really bad. One of them might be playable. I don't think so, actually. I'm getting mixed up with another card that actually kind of looks similar to that, but I'm gonna make a video on it. Alright, some TCG exclusives now for Cyberstorm Access, so the OCG never had that. First card is Moisa Knight, the Comet General, level 1 Light Warrior Pendulum, skill 11, Jesus. If you pendulum summon a monster plays this card either on the top or bottom of the deck, so that's a negative effect. When you draw this card, you can reveal it during your main phase this turn. You can conduct 1 pendulum summon of monsters from your hand in addition to your pendulum summon. You can only gain this effect once per turn. It's alright, but it's not really good because you can only gain the extra pendulum summon of monsters from your hand, not from your extra deck as well. So you kind of have to neg, and when you pendulum summon, you also have to, I don't know, this is kind of shit, honestly. Golden Cloud Beast Malong, light to level 6 Dragon Synchro Tuner generic. If this card is special summoned, you can increase or decrease its level by 1. It's a tuner, by the way. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. This is the most relevant thing because it's when it's sent to the grave. So you can literally send this card with Dogmatic Punishment, and it's still going to be able to bounce back a card. Meaning that this card is actually pretty good in Labyrinth. So not bad, not bad. Imperial Princess Quinquery. Dark rank 5, you need 2 level 5 monsters. I can't really think of a single deck that really makes rank 5 outside of Cyber Dragon that would want to play this card. Like, really not. If you can make like 2 level 5 machines, you're always making Nova into Infinity. So this is dog shit. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 level 5 monster in either grave, special summon it to either field. If a face-up level 5 monster you control is destroyed by battle, or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 level 5 monster from your deck, and both effects are hard once per turns. I hate this card, it's really bad. Pendulum Pendant, normal spell, banish 5 face-up pendulum monsters from your extra deck, place 1 pendulum monster from your deck, or face-up extra deck in your pendulum zone. You can banish this card from your grave, then target 1 card in any pendulum zone, reduce its pendulum skill by 1, minimum 0. Huh? Whoa, this is one of the worst cards I've ever read in my life. You gotta be kidding me. Are we back in like 2014? What is this? Like, how did Dai get here? Normal trap, if a monster you control is destroyed by an opponent's attack or card effect. Place face up in your field zone, 1 field spell from your deck with a different name than the card is. Then the cards in the field zones, Jesus, this is so confusing, but really similar to Ancient Fairy. Then reveal 5 monsters from your deck that can be special summoned with different names from each other. Your opponent randomly picks 1 for you to special summon. Also shuffle the rest into your deck. You can only activate this card once per turn. This is like really freaking situational. It's a trap card. If it was like a quick play spell, I would have been like, okay, not too bad, but It's only when your monster is destroyed either by your opponent very specifically attacking you or by a card effect. So, I don't know, like, it's not bad. If you can actually resolve this, it's actually really good, but it's too complicated for nothing. I think it could have been just a little better, honestly. A little easier to activate. I don't know, it's just this is not really looking good. Alright, new Rescue Ace cards for Duelist Nexus this time, so not Cyberstorm access. Rescue Ace Preventers, so level 8 machine, 2828. You can only use all 3 effects, so hard once per turn, Jesus. You can banish 1 Rescue Ace card from your grave, special summon this card from your hand. Alright. If you control another Rescue Ace monster quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster upon controls, change it to face down defense. Book of Moon, not bad. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target 1 of your banished Rescue Ace monster except a level 8, special summon it. Not bad, all 3 effects are good, I'll take that. Okay. Emergency, quickly spell. This card is always treated as a Rescue Ace card. No shit. You can only use both effects once per turn. Special summon 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck in defense. Then tribute 1 Rescue Ace monster from your hand or field. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna take that, honestly. Really not bad. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, then target 1 Rescue Ace trap in your grave, set it. Again, pretty good, because you can get access to these cards in like 2 seconds. So, I actually like these 2 cards. I think they are definitely going to be helping Rescue Ace because it's definitely in desperate need for more support. But yeah, so far so good. Oh, little opposite. This card's really nice because IP Masquerina actually exists in the artwork, and I think this is an S4 monster. Don't quote me on that because I'm really stupid. Normal trap card, you can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. Okay, so choose 2 unused main monster zone in the same column. So in other words, 1 on your field and 1 on your opponent's field. Then your opponent can apply it for themselves. Special summon 1 level 2 or lower monster from your hand or deck to your chosen zone in attack position or face down defense position. So in other words, this is like Sprite Starter for poor people. I don't really like this too much, but you know, it is what it is. I think this card could have been like, it's also a normal trap card. Why? It's not even that good. Like, because the thing is, you're basically going neg 1 if you're using this card against a deck that actually has a target for this. Like, you can't use this against Purely because they summon, like, the freaking Purely from the deck, and then they excavate 3. You can't use it against Sprite because then they summon, like, Red or Carrot or Blue or Jet, and then they go plus, which, like, nullifies the advantage that you're getting from this card. And again, it's a trap card, so it's pretty slow. But, of course, you can play this card in the S-Force deck, as it was probably intended, to summon Shiumaru, so that's the one thing that I understood here. And this definitely looks like it's supposed to be somewhat related to S-Force, but I don't think so. So, yeah. it's kind of shitty, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, Agnimal Candle. Oh my god, what? No, that's so cute, Jesus. Oh, that's the cutest fox I've ever seen. Okay, Fire Pyro Tuner, level 4. You can only use the first effect once per turn. If this card is added to your hand, except by drawing it, you can special summon it. Once per turn, once per chain, Jesus, up to thrice per turn. Okay, it's a purely monster now. If a monster is sent to their grave, you can increase or decrease this card's level by 1. It's not great. Just looks like it's a little too much effort. Like, how are you realistically adding this card from your deck to your hand except by drawing it? It's a pyro. It's not like it's a warrior, for example, where you can go like reinforcement of the army and then search special or something like that. Or like a beast warrior or something. So yeah, this is just a little dead. Unless there's like randomly a good way to search this, but probably not. So I'm really not a fan. I don't think this card is too good. Okay, Click and Echo. Double Dove. Oh, okay. Very interesting that a dolphin monster can be a sea serpent, but it is what it is. Level 2 with garbage attack stat, but really fat booty. Cannot be used as a material for fusion, sync, or Xyz summon. You can only use the second effect of this card's name up to twice per turn. Very, very interesting. Okay, this face-up card on the field cannot be tributed. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, special summon it to the summoning player's opponent's field in defense. So this is Ibli, quite literally, because you're going to be going like normal summon this or special summon whatever, and then make an El Mirage or link it off whatever and then give it to your opponent. And if this card was special summoned by its second effect, you must keep your hand revealed. So you can actually scout your opponent's deck and know what they're playing. So if you play this card in game 1, first of all, there's something wrong with your deck building because you can't tell that this is actually going to hurt your opponent. Like, obviously, in like a Kashtira format, this card would be really freaking hilarious. And you can also make it so that you can play around hand shops after a certain while, but after you commit to this card. So it might be a little too late. I think this card's really cool. Definitely has some nice potential. The fact that you can also have the knowledge from the hand is definitely really cool, but Are you gonna play this card over Ibli? Because I like to compare it to Ibli. Very similar to Ibli, honestly. But I don't know. You tell me if you think this card is better or worse than Ibli. Personally, I think Ibli still has utility over this card, but it's definitely not too bad. Okay, so now we have even more Duelist Nexus cards. Uruka, the Magic Star, level 4 Wind, and it's a beast monster. You can only use both effects once per turn. One monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, and no other cards. You can banish this card from your hand or grave, special summon that monster if it is banished face up or in the graveyard. Otherwise, special summon this banished card. If this card is special summon, you can make it gain 1500 attack until the end of the next turn. I have nothing else to say. This card is a 0 out of 10. Okay, Pod of Greed. Literally Pod of Greed. No, it's not Pot. At first, I actually read Pod of Greed on Facebook, so I was like, holy shit, no way. It can't be back, but yeah, there's a D, unfortunately. The freaking D is always here to ruin everything, man. Oh my god, Bernard. Level 3 Earth Rock Flip. Okay. Ooh, it's another jar-looking ass monster. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. Flip, apply these effects in sequence. So this is gonna be fun. This reminds me a lot of Pot of Taboo in a way, but kind of not really. Excavate cards from the top of your deck up to the number of cards your opponent controls. Add one excavated card to your hand. Also send the rest to the grave. Yeah, you can do some nasty things with this if your opponent has like a bunch of tokens or something. I don't know, you can go like Ojama Trio, Ojama Duo, and then excavate 5 cards. Add 1 and then mill 4, but you have to play a lot of garbage cards to do that, and you also have to like flip this card, which is really bad. Send monsters from your extra deck to the grave up to the number of monsters special summon from the extra deck your opponent controls. So like the best thing that you can do with this would be like to send a bunch of Elder Entity Entis and like some other stuff, and then destroy a bunch of shit, like bounce back stuff, negate stuff. And then, I don't know. Realistically, you're never gonna be playing this card over some other cards that are just better. Like, this is just a cool, cute card, but it's clearly not good. So, yeah, it's very funny, though. Alright, Eternal Eyes Grave. Quick play spell, you can only activate 1 card with this card's name once per turn. During the main phase, if a monster or monsters you control leaves the field by opponent's monster effect, except by being destroyed, activate one of these effects. End this main phase, or skip the main phase 1 of your opponent's next turn. I'm not a big fan of cards that say skip the next main phase of your opponent's next turn, because it doesn't really make your opponent lose much traction. All it really does is make them skip their battle phase, because when you think about it, without a main phase they can still have a battle phase, and with a battle phase they can still have a main phase 2. So they can still do whatever they want, it's just that they can't battle at the end of the day, so it really doesn't change much. And then end your own main phase. If you activate this card on your own main phase, you're skipping your own main phase, which is really pathetic. So you might want to use this card on your opponent's main phase. I said might. Otherwise, it's literally just counterproductive. And this is very situational. It's only by an opponent's monster effect. I don't really like this. And it's also except by being destroyed, which is also way worse. So yeah, this is absolute dog shit, honestly. I absolutely hate this card. Alright. Another card, Aqua Round. A normal spell, banish 1 card from your hand, and if you do during your next standby phase, you can add up to 2 cards with the banished card name from your deck to your hand. If this card is activated while your opponent controls no cards, you cannot activate cards or the effect of cards with the banished card's original name for the rest of this turn. So this is a way to like prevent you from going like, you know, search 2 hand traps out of banishing 1 hand trap, and then you can get an extra interruption. But either way, at best, this is a break even, and at worst, it's like a neg 1 that just makes you not be able to activate stuff. Like, this really doesn't look good at all, unless you're banishing like, I was gonna say like in Thunder Dragon, this might almost be cool, but not really, because you're banishing Roar to search 2 Roars. Like, how is that good? Like, it's really not good. It's never better than a card like Allure of Darkness, for example, which you're already playing 3 of. And are you really trying to play shitty cards like this? Definitely not. This is very gimmicky, and again, even if it resolves, it's not like you can say it's that broken. But to be fair, you could be banishing cards that like, not necessarily monsters, because it's any card, right? So yeah, you could be doing some cool things. Oh, by the way, I just realized this is during your next standby phase, not during the next standby phase. So forget about the hand trap thing. You can definitely not... Oh my god, shit, okay, that's kind of shit. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's definitely way worse than I thought. So this is like a really sussy gold sark, because you have to have... you have to like pay a down payment on your, you know, future house. Yeah, it's really expensive, and by the time you get that house, like, you're getting screwed over by like interest rates because your opponent is already destroying you and everything. So yeah, this card sucks. All right, cool. Kiriban, continuous trap card. If 10 or more cards and or effects have been activated this turn. So you know Nibiru? Yeah, that was 5, and it's already kind of hard to summon sometimes because your opponent might have like negates and stuff. Multiply this card by 2, and then turn it into a continuous trap card. Anyway, special summon this card as an effect monster, Cyber's Dark, level 10, 3k, 3k. This card is also still trap, and if it's summoned this way during your end phase, set this card in your spell and trap zone. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect while this card is in the monster zone, quick effect, you can destroy as many cards they control as possible, then set this card in your spell and trap zone. So obviously the effect is really good if you can pull it off, but good luck pulling it off. I guess it also counts the amount of cards and effects you use yourself. But it's a trap card, so, like, if you're playing this in a trap deck, you're usually not using that many effects on your opponent's turn anyways. I guess your opponent probably will. It might be cool against some decks, but again, by the time you can use this card, it might be too late. That's my issue. It's kind of like Mirror Force. What's the main issue with Mirror Force? Is that it can be taken care of before it gets a chance to shine and actually to activate. So this card is pretty much the same, I want to say. It's complete ass. Like, so far, just so many bad cards. I know it's understandable because it's pack filler, but all of the pack filler is just so ass now. All right, the last card actually from Duelist Nexus is Singing Cuckoo. You better not be a disappointment, motherfucker. Level 3 Fire Wing Beast, garbage stats. You can only use this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can activate one of these effects. I already understand what this card does, and it's dog shit. So destroy this card, then draw one card. Discard one card, then draw one card. Draw one card during the end phase of this turn. I heard you really wanted to draw a card, and you're not trying to play a better card like Hyperia, for example, or Capshell. So, you know, if you really want to do some stupid things, and you want to make draw one even more complicated for no reason whatsoever, play this card. This is literally dead content. Like, printing this literally served no purpose whatsoever. I really don't understand. Like, someone has to explain to me. Like, even if you just want to justify it as pack filler, there's cards in the game that are just objectively better than this. So why would you ever, just ever want to play this? It's so ass. Like, come on. I can't be the only one being harsh on these cards, but they're so bad. Like, this is garbage. Hyperia is infinitely better and more simple. This card takes, like, forever to be able to be live. And then this card is gimmicky for no reason whatsoever. And it takes, again, like, 2 full turns. Like, you have to wait, like, your turn and then your opponent's turn. And then during your next standby phase, you get it. You know, at first I said, oh, this card could be cool if you can multiply the amount of hand traps you have by 2. But nope, definitely not. And then this is dreadful. Skipping your opponent's next main phase 1 is bad. This is really bad but funny. This card is complete. Like, this is like a negative 10 out of 10. Like, it literally has 0 purpose. And then this is actually the best card I've reviewed so far. Yeah, definitely the kind of card that might somehow be comparable to Ibli, but I don't know about that. This card is not really good, but it's you know, it's really good looking. This card's not garbage, but it could have been better, honestly. The Rescue Ace cards are amazing. I love them. These cards are not really good, but the Synchro Monster is pretty nice. And then we've got, oh yeah, all these cards are trash. And the Rarities, I mean, yeah, it's not really new cards. It's nothing new, but just a reminder that this set, you're not going to be making a lot of money because most of the secret rares, again, they're not going to be 3-ofs at all. Like, this is a one of, just everything's a 1-of, basically. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.